What would you do if you found fresh footprints leading from the woods directly to your front door, but not a single track leading back out? In March of 1922, on a remote farm in Germany known as Hinterkaifeck, a farmer named Andreas Gruber realized something that didn't make sense. After a heavy snowfall, he stood on his porch and looked at the door. A set of footprints leading from the dense forest straight to his home, but there were no tracks leading back towards the wood. The house felt different. Andreas began to hear heavy rhythmic footsteps echoing from the floorboards of the attic in the dead of night. He searched the house with a lantern, but every time he reached the top of the stairs, the sound stopped. The attic was always empty, yet he would find newspaper in his kitchen that he had never purchased, and his spare sets of house keys had simply vanished. He even found deep violent scratches on the lock of his tool shed, as if someone had been desperately trying to pick it up from the inside while he was standing outside the door. Andrews lived on the farm with five others: his wife, his daughter, two grandchildren, and a maid. They all felt a pair of eyes watching them from the shadow of the days, but they never found an intruder. It wasn't until a week later that neighbor realized the family hadn't been seen. When authorities arrived, they discovered a nightmare. An unknown person had been living in the attic for days, watching the family before finally coming downstairs. But most of disturbing discovery: the chimney that had been smoking for days after the family had died. Someone had been cooking in the kitchen, sleeping in the beds, and even feeding the kettles when the family lay in the barn.